Hello there, I'm Adi Krish, and I'm applying to GHP as a computer science major. And I have three main reasons for applying. So my first reason is that the reason I love computer programming itself is because it's just like a fun place to go all out on some challenging problems, and GHP is like the perfect place for me to do that. My second reason is that I want the opportunity to be able to collaborate with people who are like have different skill set than me, so I can learn from them and I can build projects that use all of our different skill sets. Because I alone don't have much mechanical engineering skill or much electrical design skill, and using them and being able to work with them, we can make some projects and I can also learn from them. And my last reason is the other resources available at GHP, such as the mentors and the maker labs, because using them I can learn a lot and I really don't want to miss that opportunity. Before talking about any of my other projects, I have to talk about my SFTP file transfer. So this was my first professional project, which I made as an intern at Undock Technologies, and it required me to research some appropriate modules, just Paramika, which I narrowed down from other modules like the SFTP module, the FTP module, etc. Firstly, it'll use any key, and using that key or PEM file, it can log into the server that it requires you to. And I call my first professional code because it has try and accept statements, which I learned were really important in error handling. I also learned how companies and professional developers use logging to hold errors and display information because it keeps it long term. I learned the benefits of it. So, hands down, the number one area of programming for me is optimization programming. This includes linear programming, nonlinear programming, pathway optimization, any kind of optimization. I just love doing it. I started building some of the pathway optimization projects, and this one uses the A-star algorithm, and I'll be talking about this particular project after this segment. And I want build this project in order for me to understand the A-star algorithm a bit better, and also for me to explain it, because this pathway optimizer also shows the routes that the A-star algorithm considers. Alright, so this code here on the left is the code for my pathfinder.py, which is a visualizer that shows you how the A-star pathfinding algorithm thinks. I made this using tutorials on YouTube from YouTuber Tech with Tim, who I love to watch. And let's say just run it. So what this does is, given any 2 points, let's say here and here, I can change these points at will, and I can make any barriers between them and remove and change the barriers as well. It will find the best way to go from point here to point there, and it will show you the optimal pathway in just a second. The optimal pathway here is in gray, and this is the quickest pathway to go from here to here. So like one of the reasons I wanted to apply to GHP in the first place is the collaboration. And if I was able to work with some of the other engineers there, we could make some sort of a physical representation of this, maybe some sort of mouse that solves the mazes. That would be amazing to see, and I would just love to work on that. Alright, so this is my current ongoing project. It's roughly 1/3 done, and my current plan is to have this data, which is of college crime statistics, and then analyze it using an ML package such as scikit-learn or TensorFlow, and then present it using Tableau. So currently this data was split across many different data frames, and I had to combine it to just one data frame, so that's like easier for me to analyze later on. And what I did here was, because all these data frames are like in different data frames, so they're all like have different columns, different columns in them, different sizes. I decided to make one common index called the index, which I used as a combination of 6 different columns, like institution name, survey year. It's made it much easier rather than having to do a tiered index, which is far harder to do, and also I don't know if my computer could handle it. So I had to do that, and after that I was successfully able to merge it down to just one data frame of this size. So other than building projects, I love programming in other ways as well. In fact, I love teaching programming, not just talking about it, and while talking about it, I also learn better about it. In fact, I love teaching children programming, such as at GATS, where I'm a mentor. And at Udemy, I started an Udemy course on Python, and that was pretty successful, and I'm really proud of that. And I figured out that while I'm teaching programming, I'm able to develop a deeper understanding, while also feeling really happy that I'm able to help someone and help someone learn. So what am I doing right now as we speak? Well, currently I'm interning at Georgia Tech's Friendly Cities Lab under Dr. Andres, and I'm working with mostly data science, and I'm planning on trying to get into ML as well under there. And currently some of my projects that include cleaning up large amounts of data using pandas, and I would like to talk about that if I ever got to the interview stage. And the next thing I'm doing other than that is also trying to deepen my understanding of linear programming by watching like Coursera videos. I've registered in a bunch of Coursera courses. Also, I'm trying to learn a bit more about SQL and databases, because I think my knowledge right there is kind of shaky. And lastly, I'm also trying to master the basics, or like trying to go a bit above the basics in Kali Linux's defensive and offensive software.